to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome, everyone. This is Monday, October 21st. Before we get into the formal meeting here, I'm going to introduce everyone to this is our Superintendent, Warren Rothy. Welcome him aboard. I've had numerous chats with him already. Very sharp, intelligent. I think it's going to be a good deal. I'm going to ask for an amending to the agenda tonight. We need to move new business 8A, B, and C up to 4.5 in between consent agenda and ordinances resolution. We're just moving 8, A, B, and C up to in between 4 and 5, so-called 4.5 new business at that point. I'll need a motion to do that.
I'll make a motion. Support.
All right, motion made, supported. In favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. All right, call the roll, please.
Cedar?
Here.
Ellery?
Yes.
Kinsfater?
Here.
Koopa?
Here.
Laporte?
Here.
McCartney?
Here.
Watt?
Here.
All present, Your Honor.
Thank you. Go to number 4, consent agenda A, City Council minutes of October 7th, 2019, regular and closed meetings, recommendation approved. B, Historical Commission minutes of August 8th, 2019, meeting, recommendation received. C is the Golf Commission minutes of August 13th, 2019, meeting, recommendation received. D, Cemetery Board of Trustees minutes, September 10, 2019, recommendation received. And Planning Commission minutes of September 11th, October 9th, 2019, meetings, recommendation received.
Motion to approve A and E is presented. Support.
Motion made and supported to approve A through E.
Support.
Thanks.
Supported already.
Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We'll go to 4.5, new business. A, approve special use per section 4.65.5 A through G, request for 301 North 6th Street. Is this you, Mr. Downey?
Your Honor, I can take that. Your Honor, members of council, the limited liability company that is behind Planet Clair LLC, the St. Clair Inn, made a petition under the city's new special use ordinance to request permission to change the use of the St. Clair Middle School into a multi-purpose building, and following the new ordinance, took their site plan and plans to the Planning Commission. Planning Commission considered it. There were some tweaks that were recommended before approval could be granted. A special meeting was called last week, at which time the limited liability company made the requested changes, and this matter comes before you tonight upon the Planning Commission's recommendation to adopt the special use requested pursuant to the ordinance sections A through G. If this matter is adopted by City Council, that is essentially could be validating or approving the recommendation of the Planning Commission, then the plans as presented by the limited liability company would go forward.
I make a motion, Your Honor, to approve it.
Support.
All right, the motion is made and supported. Questions?
And just so I understand this, so we're taking a zone residential and changing it over to business, or we're giving them an exemption?
It's essentially an exemption,
There-
Councilmember Watt. Under the new ordinance, the zoning designation doesn't change, but the use.
So we're waiving that? Even though it's zone residential, we're gonna waive it?
I guess that's a way to state it, yes.
It's part of that overlap district that we created.
Anybody else, questions? Call the roll, please.
Watt?
Yes.
Ellery?
Yes.
Kinsfater?
Yes.
Koopa?
Yes.
Laporte?
Yes.
McCartney?
Yes.
Cedar?
Yes.
Carried, Your Honor.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Downey. Let's go to B, approve preliminary engineering services proposal, Bridge to Bay Gap completion between Kearney and Riverside. Jim and Therese.
Jim Beer, 1620 North Delano, also a member on the Trails Advisory Board. Therese is also here. the advisory board has made recommendation to council to award a contract for preliminary engineering services to evaluate, I'm going to start calling it the connection between Kearney Drive and Riverside for a bike path. And the amount of that bid was $5,000. And if you have any questions, I would be happy to answer them, or Teresa would be happy to answer them.
Where do we propose finding this money?
That's a good question. Teresa?
We're recommending that the expenditure come from the general fund budget, recreation administration contractual services. And we do have the option to request some possible reimbursement or other grant funding that would cover the cost of the study within our fiscal year.
So it's coming out of your budget?
Yes.
I make a motion to approve.
Support.
All right, motion's made, supported, questions?
Just so you know, Your Honor, the Recreation Committee fully endorses today.
What does hourly with cost not to exceed mean?
In the response from AEW, he provided a hourly rate sheet, and he responded affirmatively to the request of information that we itemized in the RFP, and said that he'd be billing us on the basis of hourly rates, and that $5,000 was complete services not to exceed $5,000.
So it could be less than 5,000?
It could
Yes,
be
sir.
less, yeah.
Anybody else? All right, let's call the roll, please. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Motion support?
Yes.
All right, I'm sorry. Call the roll, please.
Ellery?
Yes.
Kinsfater?
Yes.
Koopa?
Yes.
Laporte?
Yes.
McCartney?
Yes.
Watt?
Yes.
Cedar?
Yes.
Carried, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Jim. Go to C, appoint SEMCOG and I-69 International Trade Quarter Representative. This doesn't take any endorsement by the board, it's just a matter of we're appointing our new city and superintendent as to the I-69 International Trade Corridor. Is that, we don't vote on it, do we?
A motion and a second.
Okay.
So
I'm sorry.
moved. Support.
Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Congratulations. You'll thank us later. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go to 5. All right, ordinance and resolution. A, resolution 1922, commercial rehab exemption certificate, SMDRP LLC.
Your Honor, I believe this matter was addressed by Mr. Casey at a previous meeting. Again, the limited liability company that owns the St. Clair Middle School, former St. Clair Middle School, has requested a commercial rehabilitation exemption certificate under the state statute. There's been some trepidation on my part, and I believe shared by council, about entertaining a decision on that request until the underlying zoning of the property was addressed. Having tackled that problem tonight, I believe that council's consideration of this requested resolution is appropriate, and I believe that they're requesting the maximum 12 years.
Looks like 10.
10 years, excuse me. 10 years on the certificate.
Motion to approve.
Support.
Motion's made, support, questions? Call the roll, please.
Kinsfater?
Yes.
Koopa?
Yes.
Laporte?
Yes.
McCartney?
Yes.
Watt?
Yes.
Ellery?
Yes.
Cedar?
Yes.
Carried, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, let's go to B, resolution, implementation of local pavement warranty program. Is this you?
Your Honor, I believe
Oh,
this
this
is
is
just,
you?
I think this is just a carryover from a presentation that Mr. Pangori made at council's last regular meeting. He had presented on, I guess, 2 resolutions, only one of which was considered by council at the last meeting, and I believe this is just a resolution that keeps the city in step with the changes to the state law.
Motion to approve. Support.
All right, made and support, questions? I will ask council to draw their attention to the third whereas. The city of St. Clair agrees to consider. So on each of those projects that are $2 million or more, we can consider that. And if you remember, that's how to explain it. All right, call the roll, please.
Hoopa,
Yes.
Laporte,
Yes.
McCartney,
Yes.
Swat,
Yes.
Ellery,
Yes.
Kinsfater,
Yes.
and Cedar.
Yes.
Carried, Your Honor.
Thank you. We will go to C, Resolution 1924 MDOT Street Administrator Designation. Matt?
Yes. Before you is a resolution to designate Warren Rothy, our city superintendent, as the street administrator, which allows him to conduct all transactions with the Department of Transportation.
So moved. Support.
Any questions? Call the roll, please.
Laporte,
Yes.
Yes.
McCartney, Swat,
Yes.
Ellery,
Yes.
Kinsfater,
Yes.
Hoopa,
Yes.
Cedar.
Yes.
Carried, Your Honor.
Congratulations on another outstanding title.
You didn't even ask me this much.
All right. We'll go to number 6. Reports administration. Mr. Rothy, would you have anything tonight?
I'd just like to say that I've been having a very good first week, continuing into my second week now here at the city. City staff have been very welcoming and informative, just getting me up to speed on all the projects that are going on. I look forward to working alongside Mayor Cedar and the rest of council and serving this community. At this point, I really don't have anything else to add. Again, happy to be here.
Welcome aboard.
Any questions or anything for Mr. Rothy? We'll get to the questions sooner or later. but- All right, Mr. Downey, you have anything?
I have nothing this evening, Your Honor.
Anything for Mr. Downey tonight? Go to C, city departments, anybody?
Yes, Your Honor. Another reminder of the election on Tuesday, November 5th. Absentee ballots are available at City Hall. The ballot contains one question, which is a 20-year renewal of 1 mil for city employee pension funding. Sample ballots are also available on michigan.gov/vote.
Thank you.
And absentee ballot.
Yes, absentee ballots are available.
D, any authorities, boards, commissions, committee chairs, or council?
Let me see. I want to say some things first, please.
Sure.
Just the St. Mary's arson. I'm not going to investigate that on Facebook, so I'll make the statement here. We have some leads. And we're waiting for some forensics to come back, and hopefully those leads and forensics will cross, and we can solve that. Also, Paul, the blind man that was here last meeting, wanted the signs. I've driven around, I've looked. The best thing that I think we can do is, since Eddy School is closed, remove the school crossing sign at Clinton and 10th, South 10th, where Paul lives, and replace it with a blind man crossing sign. He said his biggest problem is at the 4-way stops here on Kearney, but if you've driven through them, there's more warning signs at those intersections. We don't need to put up another one. There's stop signs, there's trail crossing signs, there's bike crossing, so we don't need to put up another sign there. But I think if DPW can replace the school crossing sign with the blind man sign, we'll be good there. And then the road diet, you had something on, Paul, first?
Yeah, is it a possibility we could get a sign on South 10th?
Yeah,
I live across the street from him, and he's literally out there every day. He was weed whacking in the road the other day. I know it doesn't sound smart, but the cars just fly down there, and I know you guys can't control that, but if we had some kind of warning sign stating it
On South 10th,
on
too?
South 10th, that'd be great.
I was going with the one that was already up, so I didn't have to get grief from citizens when I put one in their front yard, that's all, but.
Put
I
one in
gotta-
my front yard if you want,
All right.
but just a suggestion.
Yeah, Bob Beath was gonna order some signs, so.
Okay.
And then Eric Tamlin was in town about the road diet, and they're looking at, they agree with us, the taper going south can be extended, so, but he doesn't know if that'll be done now or in the spring, it depends on his contractor, but they will extend that taper down going southbound on Riverside to Clinton, so,
By the gas station you're talking?
Right.
Right, okay.
yeah. All right?
Thank you,
Good.
Chief.
One question for you, Chief, now that you're standing up there. So, speaking of social media and Facebook, there's been some controversy regarding jaywalking on downtown. With the crosswalks identified, I see questions on there of whether or not there's an ordinance in St. Clair to enforce jaywalking or not, and what's your position on that?
Well, if you look at the way the state interprets jaywalking, it's illegal to cross diagonally, but they can go straight across the shortest distance, no matter where they go. They don't have the right of way if they're not in a crosswalk, but they can cross there, so.
So they're
As long as they go
Open game.
straight.
Okay.
you know.
If they're not in a marked crosswalk, they're open game. I'm just
Yeah,
asking the
okay.
question facetiously, so.
You're the one saying that.
Thank you, Chief.
I don't care.
Anybody else, authorities, boards,
I'm just
commissions?
asking.
All right, let's go, we have no unfinished business under 7, we've done 8, let's go to number 9. Claims and accounts for October 10th and October 17th.
Hearing no questions, Your Honor, I make a motion to remove as presented.
All right, motion's made, supported, anything, questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Go to number 10, public comment, 3 minutes, anything, non-agenda items out there? Go to number 11, Mayor and City Council. I have one thing for sure, do not forget that this Thursday, October 24th, 5 PM in the City of St. Clair Municipal Building, will be a public hearing and a special meeting. It's been noticed for Pine Street vacation, single lot assessment, and Fifth Street additional road repairs will be on that agenda. Keep that in mind.
Mr. Mayor, I got a comment about, I had a call from one of my constituents about Second Street, that big ditch right there behind the diamond is still not repaired, and I drove by it and it isn't.
Yeah,
It's-
I went down the next day and Beef went down too. Cargo's doing some work back there.
They repaired that, that's done.
Oh.
It's not where the cargo pipe was, it's actually Second Street. There's still a pretty big hole.
Like
there.
between St. Clair Highway and the harbor? Or
Yeah,
what's
about,
between?
yeah, probably about 30, 40 feet off of St. Clair Highway.
All right, thank you.
When does leaf pick up again?
When the leaves fall. I don't have the date, I don't know the date.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, I believe it was this week.
Oh, boy, thank you, Annette. This is the most important announcement tonight. Trick or treat hours, October 31st, 5 PM till 8 PM. Me and you, Butch, we start at 1.
Yeah, but you hit all the bars.
Anything else from mayor and council? All right, then we'll ask for number 12, closed session for strategy and negotiation session connected with the negotiation of a collective bargaining agreement with employees represented by the Police Officers Labor Council.
So move, Your Honor.
Support.
Motion made, supported. Call the roll, please.
Cartney?
Yeah.
Platt?
Yes.
Ellery?
Yes.
Kinsfater?
Yes.
Koopa?
Yes.
Report?
Yes.
Cedar?
Yes.
Carried, Your Honor.
You're welcome to stay. We may take action when we come back out. Hopefully, we will take action when we come back out. Have a good night, everybody.